closed. Now this morning we're going to continue with our electrical setup. I just want to show you what happened here. So this is the main power line coming from the house, and it has 4 wires, or 3 wires plus a ground. So there's a red wire, a black wire, and a white wire. The white wire is connected to the neutral bar. Okay, this is the neutral bar. The red wire is connected to the contact for the base plate of the panel. Okay, this is where the power comes in to service the breakers. Okay, right here. These are the breakers. Okay. Now, the black wire is hooked down here to another terminal, which is similar to this terminal. So these 2 terminals are the black and the red, and they can be hooked up in either direction. Black on top, red on bottom, doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's that part. Now then we have, for that wire, we have this wire here running over to where the saw will be, because this is a 220. The saw is a 220, so it requires a 40 amp breaker. You see right here. That's a double 20 amp breaker, which is 40 amps. These are single 15 amps. These are for outlets like that and lights like that. You see? So that's it. So on those, we have those hooked in. This is the one for the lights. This wire here is coming in. It's hooked up to one of these breakers here. And the other one coming from the other side, which is for the plugs, hooks up to this breaker here. So we have 2 circuits. One for 115 amp service for lights, 115 amp service for plugs. And this is the 40 amp service for the big saw and the big compressor. Okay, so that's what we got hooked up here, and you can see down here the big black wire and the big red wire are connected into this 40 amp breaker, and the smaller black wires, one black wire for power is connected into the single 15 amp breaker, and that's it. And of course the neutral wire goes up and to the power bar, and all the grounds are hooked in here. The grounds are the bare copper wire, you see? So they're all hooked into this ground bar at the back of the panel. Okay? Now, if we follow this black wire here, it goes up and across the ceiling, and it goes over to that side of the garage where the heavy table saw is. And what I'll be doing is I'll be hooking it in here on the wall. You see, I have it hooked up here into another junction box. And once again, I have a red wire, a black wire, a copper wire, and a white wire. The way this hooks up is hooks up to this plug. You see? And I'll just explain quickly what the plug is. So now, this is the ground wire. This will be the ground plug. This is the red or black, either one. And this down here is the neutral. Okay? So that's how. So this will be white, red, white, white, red, black, and copper. Copper being the ground wire. Down here will be the neutral wire. So that's neutral is white, hot is red and black, and the copper is neutral. So I'll be putting that plug in this junction box, and then that will be the junction box that the plug from the saw, I'll get you the plug from the saw. This power plug that comes from the saw, you see, plugs into that big plug there, that receptacle. And you can see how it has the neutral contact on the bottom, the red and the black on the sides, and the copper for the ground on top. And that's it. And that's the whole wiring system, except for I have to wire into this box also. I have to wire into this box another wire coming from the compressor. And that'll just be a red, well, it'll be a red, black, and white wire. But it won't be as heavy as this wire. Okay, all right, so that's where we are right now.